Hello, and welcome to 4963 Sutherland, here in the Southampton neighborhood of St. Louis. This is a 1920 craftsman bungalow, 2 bedrooms, and about 1,200 square feet, little over. What's interesting when you look at this, though, oftentimes what happened is a developer would build a number of houses, 3 or 4 at the same time. If you look at the houses next to us, you can see they all follow a similar shape. They all look fairly similar in some ways, but each one is also unique. The one to the left here, again, similar side profile, similar floor plan even, but again, it has a partial front porch, whereas this one has a fully enclosed front porch. Then the one to the right has a half porch, but is a little bit longer and has an extra room at the back. And that's one of the interesting things about how suburbs were built in the days before Levittown and mass-produced housing. Looking at the front, we have 2 different colors of brick here, lighter brick around the top, and then this mottled look fire brick that's the majority of the house on the front. We have 2 windows and a nice cement porch here. It's a good depth to it as well. Coming inside, as is typical in this era, we enter into the living room, which has 2 glass block windows. Those likely were either swing out windows originally or may have been leaded glass. Flooring's been updated. Living room again is good size. And then we come through the archway here into the dining room. Which again is a nice size room. One of the things we don't have anymore is decent sized dining rooms. Then we have French doors. These look like they may have been a later addition reclaimed from a different house, but they're keeping in period with it. The reason I say that is because we have this little pin up top, which indicates to me that once upon a time there was one of those swinging doors, which I rarely see still intact. Most people didn't like them because they just got in the way, but that's usually the way these houses were built to have originally. Kitchen, upper cabinets, granite countertop. And then we have the other side here, the cooking. 1920 was before fitted kitchens, so oftentimes these kitchens would have just had a sink, a Hoosier cabinet, an ice box, and like a coal or wood stove. Gas was only starting to become popular at this time. We have the pantry there too, with a little glass door. And as we come outside, we have an addition which had been built at a later date. And one of the things that you can see here in this room that's quite interesting is this. This was once upon a time a window into the kitchen. And then what's below it, so this would have originally opened into the kitchen, not into the outside. And in front of this would have been just a thin layer of wood with the doors that opened behind it into the kitchen. That was your cold pantry. So in the wintertime, it stayed cold and you could keep things there without having to buy ice during the cold season of the year. Again, nice little room here. Pet door. And there is a closet here as well. Coming outside, have a back deck here. Little seating area. It's perfect to add a little picnic table. See the rear of the house here as well. And as we come around to the back, nice low maintenance yard. And looks like there is a gate there, so this could be used as a parking pad if you wanted. But there's also a little Model T garage. It's currently used for storage, so I'm not going to show the inside of that. But here's the rear of the house. And here you can see even more so what I mean about how these were built as a pair, as what would you call it? A fraternal pair of twins. So you can see they both, this and the house next to it, both share the same layout and floor plan, but are utterly different, which is something that is missing in today's cookie cutter homes. Coming back inside. So looking back, you can see this again from this angle, what I was talking about. This is where that window and cold pantry originally would have been. But again, it would not have fit. The kitchen would not have been very practical to have kept that as it was. Some things are worth updating. As we come up the stairs, you can see there's a little window here that was a swing out. As we climb the stairs, here's the bathroom at the top of the hall. Tile shower. Toilet, just behind a little linen cabinet, which does a good job of creating a little bit of extra privacy there. Vanity with quartz countertop. And then we have 2 bedrooms. And again, one of the benefits of this style is the spaciousness of the rooms. They were designed really well for using getting the most space and having some quite generously sized bedrooms here. This is the rear bedroom. And then the front bedroom, which is quite large indeed. You can fit a king-size bed easily and still have room for furniture. And because of that sloping roof, we get walk-in closets before they were even popular. Which is always a great benefit. And again, coming back downstairs, we do have a basement in this house. So by this time, basements were starting to become more everyday, usual. And this house had central forced air heat from new, which you can tell by the style of the registers there. Now, it would have originally had what was called an octopus furnace, which would have taken up almost the entire basement. So we have a little door here that goes out to the side. But obviously no one uses those anymore. And you can see it would have taken up this entire footprint here with ducting that would have taken up the majority of the basement. Laundry down here, as well as updated sewer, electric. Looks like a radon system too. But again, usable space. Ceiling height is just about enough that you could even finish it off and have some extra space in the basement too. I hope you've enjoyed this tour, this Craftsman Bungalow. Please remember to like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any other properties you'd be interested in seeing. Thank you.